The next question is, especially in this part of the world where we are facing two cultures, our Western culture and our own back home culture. Um, if someone wants to marry someone, what is the Islamic approach on that, and what is the role of parents in that marriage, please?
Well, actually, when you marry someone, just as you would see that person is compatible to you, the person has similar outlook as you have, which is normally the case. One thing that maybe Muslims should also do is to see if you're marrying someone for whom faith is as important as it is for your own self. And when I say faith, I specifically refer to the faith of monotheism, which is Tawheed. So if children are sensitive to faith, they're sensitive towards Tawheed, they'll automatically make a choice in which this is not compromised. And I think that this is something which should come from the heart of the children as well. Parents, when they see that their children are not honoring this or maybe not conforming to this, they can advise their children, they can tell them how important monotheism and the importance of one God, the way it has been described by the Quran is. But as I said, this is something which the boy or the girl who are getting married, it has to come from them. And instead of the parents imposing their opinion, all that they should do is to inform them how important monotheism is. But then let the boy and the girl decide. Well, falling in love, if you're referring to that, it's not a anathema. It's not something which is prohibited. It's a natural human emotion. And the way the Almighty has made these two genders, you can clearly see that this is something which is naturally bound to happen. So if you have feelings for the opposite gender, if you develop these feelings, then this is nothing wrong with them. It's a very natural biological and physical and as well as emotional response uh, as you enter adolescence. And I think the way to move forward is that if you feel that you have found a spouse, or maybe if you've fallen in love with someone that you'd like to marry, then depending upon the circumstances, I mean, it could be the fact that you're still studying, it could be the fact that you finished your studies. So depending on the circumstances, I think it should be a declared relationship, and I think the best way would be to proceed to your parents and tell your parents that this is how you feel about someone and you'd like to marry that person. And if there is some hindrance, maybe, or maybe you're not ready by that time, you're not earning or not a professional by that time, of course, then you have to wait. But at the same time, during that period until you marry, you must adhere to certain norms of decency and norms which relate to intermingling with the genders, which I think most of you would be knowing, have been described in the Quran. You have to be modest, you have to carry yourself with modesty, you have to be decent in your conversation, you have to guard your gaze from taking undue liberty, wear proper clothes, as our religion has told us. So until the time marriage actually takes place, these are some of the etiquette that we need to follow, and ask our parents that whenever the time comes, marriage should be formalized.